Hello and welcome to Affinity. Let's have a look at what we can do this using tone mapping in particular. So yeah, let's just go to a tone map. So go up here to our tone mapping persona and let it figure out what it's going to do, giving us the options. This is a fairly intense process, but immediately what you get is that sort of, I just look at these things, what do they say, see if they give me ideas, and also look at what it does over here. So the basic one, you've got tone mapping right up, so that very much adds brightness to it. Local contrast kind of adds a bit more grit and so on. So I just kind of like that as it is. Maybe you turn it down a little bit. Yeah, down there, keep it a little bit more natural. See what's happening to the door here when we move this up. It's adding more reflection there. I don't know. So let's leave it like that for now. So just apply that. And already that's different. And let's do a let's add a high pass filter to this. And what I'm going to do is do a double sharpening. So I always click monochrome, turn up the radius until you can just begin to see things in there. It's usually under there. I always stay underneath, under 1. So let's go up, say to about 7 there. Then go up to linear light default. That provides a bit somewhat sharper image. What I can do now is open this here a bit and hit Control J, duplicate that. If you multiply the, just add more of the layers, then you can do more sharpening. But for this I will go down to very, very low, 0.2. So if you zoom into this and look at what it's doing, there's before and after, very little different, but it just sort of tweaks it. Before, after, tiny amount, maybe a little bit up on that. That's okay. It's a little bit noisy. I could have put in a denoise layer, but they're very micro level, but don't think I'm going to bother with this. So what I want to do is do another tone mapping now. So I'm going to do a right click on this and do merge visible to give myself another layer. So I'm going to keep this one. And sometimes I'll do this just to try different ones, and I'll chuck away what didn't work. So this is just applying it to the layer. If you're doing anything like this, by the way, it's often a good idea to do merge visible. Gives you a spare layer, and if you don't like it, throw it away. Right, I'm going to go and have a look at these extreme things on here. Black and white sketch, how's that? Kind of interesting, isn't it? What about the crazy ones? No, a bit too crazy. I like, interesting, the black and white there is interesting, but look at this here. There's a bit of gap in the histogram, so I'm going to turn up the exposure, push that right across. Oops. So it fills in the space, so I've got a bit more light here. That's quite nice in itself, isn't it? I'm just going to take that as it is. So I could use just this. That's a different one, so I've got a colour one or a black and white one. How about blending them? Let's try that. So I just go to the blends here and just scan down, look at them, sort of interesting, sort of grotty looks and things like that. There's often get good ones down with the overlay ones, the contrast blends. Quite like that, but it's a bit extreme. That's a vivid light, so let's turn that down a bit until it looks okay. So yeah, maybe around the 40%. That looks okay, isn't it? That gives a bit of a style to it. See, that's kind of a bit bland. This one adds a little bit more grit, but not too much. Very much a matter of taste, this. And there, I think I'll keep it like that. So there you go. I've literally gone from an ordinary picture like this to one that's brighter, bit more stylized, almost like a dated thing. It's got Jan Steen, lived here. So I worked here. I have no idea what that says. And you get yourself a slightly different image with a bit more, I think, character. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.